What up, y'all? I am going to try to do a proper introduction because this episode is probably going to be a lot of y'all's like way that y'all find me because this is going to be one of the ones I think I'm going to release early because I feel it deep down in my spirit that I need to talk about this. So let me stay focused and kind of set the tone for where we are up to where you have found me. So, back in a few weeks ago, God told me to start this podcast, right? And y'all saw me buy these fancy headphones or whatever because that's what you have to do to be a podcaster, like to be official, right? That's what the girlies said on the street. So I've been recording some episodes, and I've only talked about it with my very, very inner circle. And I have given them the opportunity to hear a couple of the episodes that I have recorded and kind of get some feedback or whatever. So the other day, God was like, you need to tell the people that you started a podcast. And I was like, but God, I'm not ready though. Like, wait, I got to get the things together. I don't even know what I'm calling this. Like, it's a lot. And God was like, girl, we done did this time and time again. Like, I need you to do what I told you to do so you could see what I'm about to do. So that has happened a lot of times, right? So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, that coincided with the launching of Threads. So I got this idea. I am not the type of person to jump on a social media thing at all. But, and also, I have also been wondering what it is like to be involved in something as it is growing and blossoming and beginning. So I decided to take the leap over there on the Threads. But what I'm about to talk about, right? So I was like, I have no idea what to talk about. And I kind of go back and forth between these two sides of myself, right? There's like the Kimberly J business, beautiful brown girls, life coach side of me. And there's also like the ridiculous shenanigans side of me where a lot of people don't really get to experience because I don't really be knowing how to capture it because it's a lot. And like I've tried to bring it out in different blog posts and things like that. But honestly, it was like really, really overwhelming, y'all. I got like I have so many Instagram pages. I have so many. It's just a lot. It just be a lot. It just be a lot. It be a lot. It be a lot. Okay. So when Threads launched, I was never on Twitter because Twitter, I tried it, but I just felt like I didn't need to have the opportunity, to have the ability to just be saying what's on my mind. And maybe it's because of where I was at that point in life. I don't know. But I just never got with Twitter. I always had an account and I would dip over there if I need to look for something, but like to actually go onto Twitter and scroll and tweet, yeah, not so much. So when Threads came out, of course, it's the answer to Elon and all the things that he's doing over there on Twitter. But something about it was just like, Kim, go ahead, just go see. So I get over there, I'm looking at it. So I was like, I really don't know what to do with this. So God was like, girl, tell the people all the things that you be wanting to say that you don't really be knowing how to say or when to say because you don't want to be on camera, da da da, whatever. So that's what I started doing. So I just started talking about all the shenanigans that were in my brain at that time. And y'all, it be a lot. When I tell you it be a lot, right? So then God was like, you know what? You can use this to launch your podcast and tell the people about the shenanigans that be on your brain. So then I was like, all right, well, let me see what that looks like. So I'm checking it out. I'm going over there. I'm putting a few things. I got a little few things over there on the Threads or whatever. And I'm really liking it. So that's when God was like, yeah, so now's the time. And I was like, whoa, my boy, relax. Okay. This is a lot. I'm not ready. Like I try not to be, but I very much am a perfectionist kind of sometimes at times. And I'm trying to get myself out of that and just be in the moment, right? So I'm doing that with a lot of areas in my life, but this is the first time of me producing some type of I'm gonna call it art because when I be telling these stories, it be artful and artistic. Okay, so I'm gonna call it art. It is the art of storytelling. But I don't know if it's like me tapping into this artistic side of myself or whatever. I don't know what this is right now, but anyway, I'm gonna go with it because it brings me joy. All right. So thank you for being here and for showing up and all of that. But the reason I want to set that tone is because there are episodes that I've recorded prior to today. So today is, I believe, July 8th. I'm in Miami. Welcome to Miami. I be Needle. So I'm in Miami, and it was a lot to get here. So I have an episode called Both And, where I talk about what the feelings of what it felt like, or what it felt like preparing to get back here. So I've been back. I got here last night. Lord Jesus, I gotta do a whole nother episode about coming here, y'all. It was a lot. But anyway, I got here safely. That's why I came early, because I didn't want to be stressed, and I wanted to have some time for my body to accept the fact that I'm in the States for a little bit, and just really kind of sense and get in tune with what's going on or whatever. So prior to today, I have recorded quite a few episodes while I was in Colombia. So I'm going to do my best to name like what those episodes are if I wind up bringing something about it. So if you're interested in learning more about that, then you can look out for those episodes when they come out, right? But is that everything I need to tell y'all? Oh, this is unedited, right? So I'm just talking, okay? I'm just talking. I know what I want to talk about, but I also am allowing the Spirit to guide me where the Spirit guides me. So I'm sitting on the bed right now. I sit crisscross applesauce with my eyes closed, and I just talk, and I allow my Spirit to guide me to where it needs to go. So that is how this is structured. That's how my life is structured, okay? Like I take these journeys with myself often, and I'm just giving you an opportunity to come into this journey with me and walk with me, and hopefully also begin your own journey to walk with yourself and think about how you can create these experiences in your own life, and what are the lessons that you learned by what I'm sharing, what made you crack up, and all of those things. So that's that. These are the housekeeping rules, right? Okay, because we always gotta have those. Speaking of, I definitely want this to be a conversation. I don't do anything without intention, even though a lot of the things that I do, it may seem like they're like spur of the moment type of decisions. They are not. I have very much thought them out. I have very much prayed over them. I have very much consulted with my best friend, with my soulmate. Like, I have thought about things before they come to people, right? But at the same time, it can seem very all of a sudden, because sometimes things are all of a sudden, and I leave space for that in my life. So yeah, hopefully through you hearing what this is like for me, this is my intuitive practice. This is what I have been working on and developing and all of that. So maybe it will also make you curious about your intuitive practice, what that looks like, sounds like for you. Maybe you want to learn how to do that. I do coaching on that. I am an intuitive melanated life coach. So I also certified life coaches. So shout out to my first class of life coaches that just graduated last month. 5 of them. So they are now entering that space and preparing to receive their students and their future coaches and all of that, right? Or the future people, their future clients that are going to come to them and may possibly turn into future coaches who would go through my program. So at any rate, if you are listening to me and you're like, man, I really want to know what that's like, I feel called to do that, like all of that, please do slide in my DMs, respond, as I'm going to start talking about my next cohort is coming up and all of that. All right. So I'm not like the pressure sales type of person. So like, if you feel led, holla at me. If you don't, this ain't for you. Like, it's cool. Right. So to that point, I am in a season right now of exploration, acceptance, and joy. Okay. And I am doing the things that bring me joy. If you don't understand that, feel free to ask questions about that. I would love to have those discussions. What I'm not about to do, though, is go back and forth with you, okay? So if you're just looking to be a contrarian, you're just looking to, like, sow something that ain't joy, yeah, I'm not doing that. So you'll be talking to yourself, okay? All right, just wanted to make that clear. I think that's all for now, but welcome. Okay. So I told y'all I'm in Miami. I'm in my hotel room. It is 91 degrees outside, child. It is hot, okay? I definitely do want to go up to the pool, but I shall not be doing that until the temperature drops at least to hopefully under 90, okay? Can we get an 87 or so? Like, we'll see. So I'll see what that looks like. But I do want to go outside because I want to be a chocolate goddess, okay? And, like, I be feeling like I be fading in Colombia. So I want to be outside and get some of this vitamin D from the sun. I need to have vitamin D from the sun because that helps with the energy. And it'll also help me to make my melanin pop a little more. So that's that. Also, I'm going to record, so I'm going to tell y'all about some of the future podcasts I'm going to record right quick. So one of them is, I am afraid to be ashy, okay? So I brought I brought my bath products from Colombia with me, and I have recorded a previous episode about my shower routine, or I've alluded to it. I'm lying. I haven't recorded it yet, but I've alluded to my shower routine and how it has become the best part of my day, and I do plan on sharing that with you all. I had my shower today, and I am so glad I thought about my future self when I was packing, because it was everything my spirit needed to wake up into the day calm and relaxed, and I'm smelling like beautiful flowers combined with a little salty coconut. Girl. Ooh, I smell good right now, okay? But anyway, I brought that up because I am going to, while I'm here, probably record an episode about my start of the day routine and my shower experience, and that is directly related to what I want to talk about today. Is the fact that I hate bathrooms. Oh, I should also say this disclaimer: I be cussing. Okay, so if you're offended, like, go ahead and exit now, because I be cussing. Okay, and I don't do it because I don't have other words. I do it for emphasis, and sometimes it's just funny as fuck. So if you are offended, go ahead. You can stop. I appreciate you for swinging through. You can consume some of my other contents where I don't be outright cussing, but in this space right here, I be cussing. So what I wanted to say when I was like, today I'm gonna talk about, what I wanted to say is I fucking hate bathrooms. Like, whoo, I wish y'all could see me right now with my fist clenched up. I fucking hate bathrooms with everything in my spirit. So I didn't really identify that I felt this way until my soulmate and I were talking about my practices surrounding bathrooms. So this was circa de 2019, maybe 2019, 2020, maybe. This came to my understanding of how much I don't fucking like bathrooms. Because maybe before I thought that everybody felt that way, or maybe before, I was living in my house for 10 years. So maybe, I don't know. I don't really know why I didn't know how much. But he definitely was like, ma'am, you have a problem. And I remember denying it and being like, boy, like, I'm fine. And the more that, so mind you, 2019, I lived in Tampa. When we met, I was in my house. Then I sold my house and I moved into a loft in Tampa. So I lived there from 2019 through 2020. So through, what you call them? Through the pandemic and such. Then I left Florida and I lived in Boston for a couple months, well, maybe a month. Then I lived in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for a year. And then I lived in Brooklyn for a few months. And then I lived in Playa del Carmen for 3 months. And then I lived in La Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, for 15 months. 2 of those times in two apartments in the same building. And then in my favorite hotel chain, which was kind of like, it was not really a hotel, it was more like an apartment, but like with hotel type stuff. There. Then I lived in Medellin in a place for 2 weeks, a place for 1 month, and then my current apartment since February. Okay, so I had to recount that back because I was trying to think to myself of why all of a sudden it became apparent to me that, yeah, I definitely have a problem with bathrooms. And it was because I had moved to so many different bathrooms in all of this time. And in the times before, it was more, I was at my house. So I lived in my house till 2010. Starting in 2010. Before that, I lived with my best friend for a few months. Before that, I lived in my apartment for a couple years. Then I lived in another apartment for a couple years. But I had like this extended period of time where I wasn't like frequenting a whole bunch of bathrooms like I am now. So I know that I always had things in me, like I don't really like bathrooms. Like I never really liked to clean the bathroom. If I could do another chore, let me do that one. My degree is also in biology, so I have grown culture plates of bacteria. Lord, I'm about to throw up. I was about to throw it. Okay, hold on. I don't want to talk about that no more. But I just saw a vision. So all of that, it comes to my brain when dealing with bathrooms. They are probably, in my world, the most fucking grossest ass fucking place of that was me. If I had something in my body to throw up, it would have came out. I just can't do them. And it is now that it is so much more conscious for me, I plan my life around what bathroom I might have to go to. So the reason why I felt led to make this today is because I was traveling, right? So I spent a lot of time at home in Colombia. I love my apartment, and I thank God that I love my apartment, and I actually love my bathroom, right? So y'all, this is the first time that I've ever been in a space in my life where I look forward to taking a shower. That has never happened for me. Showers have always been a chore. I have to go and take a shower because I have to wash my ass. Side note, two additional podcasts don't be coming up. Yo, people don't be using washcloths to wash their ass, bruh. And I just can't fucking wrap my mind around that shit. So we need to talk about that separately. The other thing that I want to talk about, and I think I said this earlier, is my shower routine. Because my shower routine outside, I think I alluded to my start the day routine earlier, which includes my shower routine, but my shower routine in specifically has changed my entire outlook on my relationship with bathrooms. When it is absolutely the best part of the beginning of my day, but many days it can be the best part of my day second to if I get to spend time in the closet watching the rain. So in previous episodes, all of those episodes are recorded while I'm sitting in my closet in Colombia. My closet is the place where God speaks to me. Has become my favorite place in my home. It is in the episode. So I think today I'm gonna release the episode I Feel Like King George. I think I talk about my closet in there. I know I think I talk about my closet. But I also talk about like some of the obsessive type behaviors that I have noticed that I have as well. So you can check that one out if for some reason you didn't hear that one. Okay, but I love my shower routine now, right? And I never knew. I always saw people be like, "Oh my God, like my shower, like I just love it so much," and I was like, ugh, I don't understand how that can be a thing, unless I was traveling in like some 5-star type of experience, and then I've had some times where I've been like, "Oh, that was a very pleasurable shower experience," but like in life past, no. Like even when I lived in my house, I have to go take a shower. Do y'all know I lived in my house for 10 years and I probably took a bath twice, maybe 3 times. I lived in my house for 10 years and I maybe took a bath 3 times in those 10 years. Like, you know how some people, they will be like, they're like, dream bathroom or their dream hotel room has like the soaking tub and all that shit gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Like, bleh. Oh my God, I can't even in my mind make it make sense. All I just think about is that it's dirty and I'm letting that go up my coochie. I can't. Oh my God. But I want to be able to, but it does something to me, specifically after COVID. Like I can't make it make sense. Like I can't. So I know that I've had this issue, right, for a while because I never took a bath, like, in my house. And it was my house. I was the first person that ever lived there. I was the first ass to sit in that tub. And I still was like, I'm not fucking doing that. There was a time, and there would be times. So I had 2 bathrooms there. There would be times where I would, for some reason, not. I think I remember maybe when I was getting ready to move out of my house, I had stopped using the bathroom, the master bathroom, for some reason. And I gravitated towards using the guest bathroom. And I don't remember why that is, but I remember being like, I can't use that bathroom right now. Which is interesting because the guest bathroom, I'm not going to tell the full details of the story, but I'm going to just say that someone was living with me and he was upset with me for some reason and fucked my guest bathroom up. I mean, if I go into too much detail, I will absolutely throw up. But I had to clean that. So I want y'all to imagine someone who literally cringes, like, in my body, has a convulsive, regurgitative response, having to clean a toilet with mold, a tub and shower that had never seemed like it been cleaned in months. Like, ooh-wee, that did something to my body, Lord Jesus. So, I love him. I'm not mad at you if you're listening to this. I'm not mad at you, but I do want you to understand why that was an extra fuck you. on the end of that. All right, but we good, and I love you. But at any rate, so you'll also hear me in previous podcasts if you go back and listen to those. You'll also hear me talk about this filler. Like, we all have fillers. Some of us say some of us say like. One for me that I've noticed lately is at any rate. So I'm trying to consciously not say it. So when I hear myself say it, I'm trying to catch it so I can be mindful of it, which is also a demonstration of how to retrain a habit or to break a behavior, unlearn a behavior and adopt a new one. And also giving yourself compassion in the moment, curiosity over judgment, wondering why you continue to say that, as opposed to being like, God damn it, I said it again. So I'm trying to model that for myself as well. So I heard myself just say it a moment ago. So that's what the actual pause was about. Because like I said, I was doing this before I released this episode. So back to bathrooms. So the earliest memories that I had a therapist, because I actually wanted to talk about this with my therapist, because my soulmate was like, you should get hypnotized, and that might help you to deal with the fear, or think about it or whatever. Because I have talked about it before with my therapist. Like, I don't understand where it comes from. Like, it just seems, and when I look at other people's behaviors in bathrooms, like the way that people keep their bathrooms, how dirty their bathrooms are, or the way that people, for instance, will walk on the bathroom floor. Like, so in my home, I wear slippers at home, and I do not step on the bare floor. I'm also going to record another podcast about my issues with floors, because tile, I can't. It really does something to my spirit deep down on the inside as well. So that's a separate thing. But what's in the bathroom? Tile, right? So it's my two worstest things coming together at the same time. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh my God. I just felt that in my body. So I'm also neurodivergent, I've come to understand. So I'll also record an episode about that. I have a list, y'all. I have a running list of the things that I feel like I'm learning about myself as I'm becoming more curious about myself, and I'm allowing myself to exist in the fullness of who I am without trying to stuff myself into boxes, which is what I've done for the past 40 plus years of my life. And all of this is new since I left the U.S. All of this is new. So to that, if you're wondering about that story, that's over on my YouTube page, and I will get back to talking about that, of why I left the U.S. and the things. But to make an extremely long story short, the U.S. makes me weary, and I just can't no more, which is why I had to prepare to come here back to the U.S. as I'm sitting in Miami, right? So, but back to bathrooms. I remember the earliest memories that I really have of bathrooms would be prior to 1988. That is when my brother was born. So I would say 1989. We moved into a house in 1989. Prior to 1989, we lived in an apartment on Royal Street in New Orleans. And my memories of the bathroom is that it was fairly spacious in comparison to many bathrooms in many places. There was only one in the apartment. I remember, I'm going to also say this, I didn't say this at the top, but there are times that emotions may bubble up and I allow them to flow through me. It is quite possible as I'm walking back through these experiences, because I told you I'm sitting here with my eyes closed. I am putting myself back in that space, and I have not visited that space in a long time, and I know it's about to come up, so I'm just warning you again. If you are not in a place to receive emotion, you might want to press stop now. Okay, so back. So I'm standing at the door. I remember the door was like, it was wood, but it was like that cheap kind of like panel type wood. When you open the door, the first thing that you see is they used to have those dirty clothes hampers. That's what we call them in New Orleans, dirty clothes hampers. Laundry hampers, but it was like built in, so it was like a part of the wall, if you will, but it was a chute, so you put the clothes in the top, and then you open the door at the bottom, and you put the laundry basket down there, and you pull the laundry basket out, and boom, right? And then above it there's a cabinet. So that's the first thing you see when you walk in there. When you turn to the right, there was a sink. And I remember there was a towel bar to the right on the wall of the sink. Then there was the toilet, and then there was the tub, and there was a window that was not a big window, but a window enough to let some ventilation in on the tub. So that was the bathroom. There was only one bathroom in the house. And the floor was not tile. It was more that cheap vinyl, like sticky tile, but not like porcelain tile or anything like that. So that's what I remember about that bathroom. I also remember in that bathroom getting my ass beat like a motherfucker. I lived there from the time I'm told maybe somewhere around 2 to the time that I was 8 when we moved to the new house. And I don't know what as a 2 to 8-year-old that I could have done that was so bad that I had to get my ass beat like that. I'm talking extension cords, belts. I remember having to stand facing the toilet and put my hands on the toilet so she could beat the shit out of me. I remember getting out the tub and being wet and getting beat with extension cords. I don't know what I could have done that was that bad. I was a perfect student. I decided I was going to college in 2nd grade. Like, I talked about that in my podcast, that sometimes I pretend I'm blind. So I was very, very studious. Like, I did my work. I did what I was supposed to do at school. The school never had to call. And I was scared for them to call, because if they did, please believe I would probably wouldn't even live to see the next day. I do not know what I did. I really don't. I was home before the street lights came on. I told the truth, even though I wasn't believed. But I did. I have no idea. But those are my earliest memories of the bathroom. And I really think that has a lot to do with why they've just never felt like a sanctuary for me. Like, so many people will talk about their bathroom as their place where they escape from their kids and like all this kind of stuff. That would be the last fucking place I would go to get away from the bathroom. Oh my God. Torture. I would never. I could never understand it. And I think those early experiences with the bathroom have kind of morphed over the years into this way that I view bathrooms now. And I remember we moved to the new house and we had one bathroom, and this bathroom was set up differently. It was like a aisle type bathroom, so like very tight fit. So you would go into that bathroom, like you open the door, you could see everything. Like it wasn't like a turn to the right, turn to the left, like this is it. And I remember we had the heater thing on the wall. Like, I don't know if y'all remember those, the built-in heater on the wall on the left side. The tub was on the left side. I think it had a sliding door for some reason, I remember. And then that was it. And then on the right side, it was the toilet, the sink, and the linen cabinet. And I remember always climbing up to, because the sheets used to be up at the top of the linen cabinet, and I'm a little closer to the ground or whatever, so I would climb on the heater, put one foot on the heater, then the other foot on the linen cabinet, like the bottom part, so I could climb up to put the sheets up. Like, that's because step stools weren't a thing, you didn't really have those, so you had to get a chair, or you had to you had to climb. Okay, y'all used to climb too. So yeah, so I remember that about that bathroom. Again, it was an absolutely, you don't, like, this not a place you come to hang out. Like, you do what you gotta do, you get the hell out. That's it. Like, you're not hanging out in the bathroom. I don't necessarily have, yes I do. I was about to say, I don't necessarily have bad memories in that bathroom, but that's a lie. I have a lot. But what's different about the memories I have in that bathroom is I also have memories of other people having bad memories in that bathroom. I remember my cousin had come over to my house, and there was a lot of stuff going on in her family, and the police had come to get her so that she could go and live with another family member, and she didn't want to go, and she locked herself in the bathroom. And I just remember her crying because we never knew when we were going to see her again. And after that, I didn't see her for a long, long time. It was some time. So I remember that. And I remember my brother, unfortunately, had some bad times in that bathroom with my mother. That was a lot. I won't unpack any of that right now, but if you are trying to understand a little bit more about my childhood, in my blog on my website, KimberlyJackson.com, I wrote about a lot of my childhood. And my blog is called Free to Be Me. So there's a lot. And there's still a lot that I haven't talked about, but it comes out as you notice. So that bathroom definitely wasn't the best. So I left that bathroom and I went to college. And in college, in the dorm, you share bathrooms. Community bathrooms. I don't know how I got through that. I really don't know how I was able to get through college in community bathrooms. I don't know. I don't know. Like I clearly had to have like an outer body experience because I definitely was taking showers. Like I definitely wasn't just walking around funky. I do not know how I did that for so many days. Like I really don't. And it was probably just because I wasn't aware. I was probably used to the disassociation and just making it do what it do, like type of thing. But I don't even want to walk. It's not that the bathrooms were like super dirty, but also they were not super clean. They were not modern. It was a lot. And there are so many people with so many different types of practices and the way that they behave. Like, it was just that I don't know. I don't know how I did it. But I had a community bathroom experience freshman year at Fisk, a community bathroom experience sophomore year at Fisk. I had a private room my sophomore year, but it was still a community bathroom. My junior year, I was supposed to have a suite with just myself and one other person, but they had to put more people in. So I had a suite with four of us in a bathroom, and thankfully we all did a good job of keeping that bathroom clean. But again, I don't know. Actually, that bathroom, I have some fairly good memories in that bathroom. I remember one of my friends and I would do makeup in that bathroom, and we weren't going nowhere but to Taco Bell or down there to the Jack in the Box shop. But we would spend so much time in that bathroom talking about different things and doing our makeup and talking to each other in the mirror, like while we were standing next to each other. That was fun. That was fun. I miss her a lot. She's still here, but we just don't really talk anymore. But that was a good bathroom memory. There were some other bathroom memories that I won't I won't disclose publicly, but there were showers involved in stuff. So there were some other bathroom memories that some of the folks I went to college will probably remember and probably call up and be able to understand why that was extra difficult for me. So I have those memories from college, and I left college and moved to Tampa. And so the bathroom things I had my own bathroom, like for more periods of time. I was living by myself, like I could control more things. I could choose where my apartment was, all that kind of stuff. So then the bathrooms became about public bathrooms, right? Because mind you, in those other places that I had lived, whether I was in college or whatever, like I usually, if I had to go to the bathroom, I just went, home. The same once I got to Tampa, like I'm living by myself. If I gotta go to the bathroom, I just go home, right? So now that I told y'all about all those different transitions to all these different places with these bathrooms, and being in another country, Jesus, with bathrooms, y'all, let me tell you something. I remember when I got to Mexico, and first of all, Mexico has two types of bathrooms. They had a bathrooms that you could pay for, they are cleaned, even though they are not clean. And then they have bathrooms where you just get it how you live. It's not a porta potty, but it's pretty close. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about porta potties. You know what? I love my dad, because y'all are probably like, where did that jump go? So I'm from New Orleans, right? And we have Mardi Gras. And during Mardi Gras season, you out there at the parade, you're on the parade route, you out there all day. So where you gonna go to the bathroom? Like that was always the question. When you gonna go to the bathroom? Let me tell you about Kimberly Jackson. Okay, Kimberly Jackson will pee on the sidewalk before I go into a nasty ass public bathroom or a porta potty. I ain't doing it. I am not gonna do it. You hear me? I will pull my pants down and pee on this fucking sidewalk and drip dry before I go into a nasty ass public bathroom or a motherfucking porta potty. I ain't doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. My dad, when we were, I'm sorry, I just had a whole moment, but I need y'all to understand. I ain't doing that shit. So my dad, we would be at the parades or whatever, and he had a Blazer for his truck. So he would set up a whole bathroom for us, y'all, in the back seat of the Blazer. He would get this bucket and he would put this cleaner in it called Simply Green, I think it was called, but it had kind of like a piney type scent, if you will. So he would get the Simply Green, baby, and he would put it in the back of the truck. So he would like put it on the floor. So then you would go in, you would squat over. I'm sorry, I'm being like too, but y'all knew this was about bathrooms. You had to know this had to go somewhere. You still here, so anyway. We would squat over to whatever, and then you would have your toilet paper in there in the bag, and then we have a plastic bag to put the toilet paper in, and then you get yourself together, you come on out the truck. You had a private situation, right? I love that, man. He really did that for us, because baby, when I tell you Kimberly Jackson was not going in no goddamn porta potty, oh my god,